Hey, welcome back to another episode of It Resolves. My name is Kevin.
My name is Will. We all survived pre-release.
Yes. Okay, really quick though.
Hopefully.
Something that I didn't mention, or that I didn't mention to you in particular, that I was going to say, we missed the week before last when we were supposed to post the previous podcast episode. I was out of town. We literally had a day that Will had to work and I had to work to do this, and so there was just literally no time.
What were we doing?
So I apologize that we didn't get that episode.
No, I don't apologize. I don't care.
Will doesn't care.
No. Fight me.
At least one of us does. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, today we are going to be talking about War the Spark pre-release.
Yay.
Hope it went well for everybody out there.
Yeah, well, statistically, it went well for some of you.
We actually did go to Grand Slam.
Oh, yeah.
It was a good turnout.
It was awesome. We had about
really
40 people there. All after all was said and done. The doors just kept opening.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
I was amazed. Yeah, some guys and girls who I recognized from other card shops, but dude,
it was cool.
It was a good time. It was a great time.
Before we get into details on that, though, we are going to do our random card of the day. So we'll do that now in 3, 2, 1. Oh, wow. An Allegiance card. So Gruel Beastmaster is a 2/2 for 3 and a green. It features the Riot mechanics. So when it enters the battlefield, you get a choice of giving it haste or a +1/+1 counter. And then when it attacks, another target creature you control gets +X/+0 until the end of the turn, where X is the Beastmaster's power. This just seems like a really, really solid card for limited.
Yeah, I love it. This is like just a great 4-drop in limited. It's a great turn to throw down something that gives your board like a big boost like that.
Yeah.
Not only is it a 2/2 attacker on its own, even if it dies, which it's got a good chance of doing, it's still pumping a thing.
Yep.
No matter what it is.
And with Riot, with the ability to give it haste, it does that the turn it comes into play.
Exactly.
Which is so good.
Exactly. So like turn 4, when boards are... the advantage of the game is about to swing one way or the other around turn 4 in limited. That's a really good turn to get down, plunk down some extra damage, or force an unfavorable block from them, which is nice. So like either they kill a 2/2 and let a bunch of damage go through, or probably lose another creature, which is awesome.
Exactly.
I love it. Yeah, I think it's a great
very,
card.
very solid for that reason. I don't think it's necessarily good in constructed, but it does seem like a limited kind of all-star.
Yeah, it doesn't do enough in constructed.
Yeah, exactly.
Turn 4 is a bigger turn for a lot of decks.
Yep.
And it even if they don't play like a better value play in terms of combat phase, they're at least setting something up, right?
Yep,
they're at least
definitely
like turn 4 we talk about, it's the first turn you could really feasibly ever stick a Hydra.
Yeah.
So Hydroid Krasis, let me be specific, but it's the only Hydra that
I was gonna say it's the
play
only playable
right
Hydra right now.
Yeah.
But no, you're definitely right. There's just bigger things to be doing on turn 4, unfortunately. But like we said, limited, fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely great card.
I'd pick up as many of these as I saw if I was in green.
Yeah, 100%. But anyway, yes. So moving off of that, we are going to talk about the pre-release. One more thing, though, to mention before we get into that, we have our giveaway going on right now.
Boop.
So
get you some War of the Spark.
There you go, guys.
For free.
War of the Spark bundle is up for grabs. We've already got tons of people actually signed up for this one, more than we expected.
You better get in and get in. Well, it's random, so quick doesn't matter.
It's completely
but
random. But get in before May 6th, which is the deadline. That's when we're going to be picking our winner.
Right.
So good luck to everybody who has entered, and please make sure you do so as well. But War of the Spark.
Yeah.
Pre-release.
Yes.
How'd it go, Will?
Oh, it was a lot of fun. It was a pre-release. It was just a raucous time.
I want to be clear.
Yeah.
I'm going to confess, I was at pre-release. I did not play pre-release, excuse me.
Yeah.
I did help deck build I helped you a little bit, which turned out to be a mistake.
Yeah, well, we'll talk about that. It's fine.
Yeah, and then I did help Antonio also, who's a friend of ours, kind of rebuild his deck because it was a bit of a mess when I looked at it. But regardless, it was a lot of fun to be there and play.
Yeah.
It was fantastic. Yeah. And watching Will take down a few people was pretty exciting.
It was fun. I mean, I think all but the first game were really they were really good games of Magic, which is everything you want in limited, everything you expect in limited.
Yep.
The first game, it was honestly not a fault of the deck's design so much as it was...
You just got mana screwed.
Yeah, there was... Bad. I missed collectively people. I think I counted 7 land drops within the 2 games that I missed.
Yeah.
And in limited...
That's a big deal.
That's a big deal. Yeah. I spent 2 turns the second game not playing anything, which is huge.
And against, in particular, the deck you were against, which was
a really
black-white kind of aggro.
Really good black-white deck.
Yeah, had Sorin, had Gideon Blackbladed, had everything.
It was the God pack. It was very good. But that's fine. Regardless, the few archetypes that are running around that were fun for me, at least to see and to think about building... Black blue was a fun one. Black blue, like a mass control, was a neat one. I played against that my 3rd game, I want to say. 1, 2. Yeah, that's right, my 3rd game. And I got the first game was pretty close. The second game, I pretty much got mollywopped. Yeah, it was not good. So I lost 0-2, and that deck just seemed like it was a deck with all the answers.
Yeah.
So it gets some planeswalkers that just make it harder for my deck to remove things, other decks to remove things. I, by the way, was playing, of course, Rakdos.
Naturally.
Because I think it's the best. Generally one of the best limited combos.
It's aggressive, and that's exactly what you want.
And it's sweet. Yeah. There are some glaring weaknesses, but so yeah, Black Blue was fun. It had a lot of the answers for the stuff. Not a deck... Counters I don't always love in limited, we know that, but it's a deck that kind of got away with it, especially in this set because a few counters have a mass on it, which is counters and bounce spells have a mass on it.
A mass as a mechanic is better than I gave it credit for. I thought it was going to be good, but it was like, so in watching some of the games and also in playing even on Arena and even Constructed, because I ran into a blue-black style of mass deck kind of thing, and it just like the value off of every single card is kind of insane because not only do you get either a removal spell with a little 1/1 token left behind or buffing the token that you've already got, but you also get counters with the mass. You also get creatures that double as another creature. You know what I mean? So it's just like the value on every single card is fantastic.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing is that every creature with a mass is a 2-for-1 automatically. Every spell is just a body on the board. Yeah. Which in limited is it's vastly important. You're going to win on board, expect to. Yeah. So it's great. And yeah, I love it. I love that no card felt like a lot of mechanics. A lot of time you feel like you're paying a little extra for. There's I think that my least favorite example is Detain from Return to Ravnica. Oh yeah. I felt like a lot of Detain creatures were a little bit pricier.
Yeah, for sure.
Just for Detain, which wasn't like super fun.
I mean, it was a tempo swing, but it wasn't amazing.
Sure. And in you had to get a lot of good Detain plays off of it and hold your creatures, which doesn't feel good. Right. In limited especially. But with a mass, no creature felt undervalued if they had a mass. Yeah. It felt like a good...
That gave it enough credit to make it worth it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And I don't feel like I paid too much for whatever. There's a 1/2 that makes a mass that was in everyone's deck if they had black. It's such a good creature. Yeah. 2-for-1s are great. I digress. But so we finished with a pretty good 3-2 record. Not terrible.
That's not bad.
No, it wasn't bad. The first game, I think, would have gone differently had I gone with my gut, but it's fine. Yeah. I'm not by any means saying...
I get it. It's fine.
I'm just saying that as a limited player, you got to know what you're comfortable with and
that's wheelhouse. Fair. You should play what you're comfortable with for sure.
My first instinct was to build a crispy deck.
And I get it. You just had so many good... Because you had the amass removal spell that deals for you, game for, and then it amasses for.
We ended up making just bug deck for the first build. And
it was bug ramp-ish. Yeah. Almost ramp. It didn't have quite enough pieces of ramp.
I didn't ramp into nothing. That's the other thing.
Well... You had a couple big plays, didn't you?
I did. I had a few. I had some big green guys, which you should have.
Didn't you have Bantu?
Yeah, but you don't ramp into Bontu. Bontu's a 5-drop.
Yeah, he's only a 5-drop. But I'm just saying, well, regardless, that deck did not work out, and so you switched to the Rakdos build.
But honestly, though, I was thinking about it that night. I think that if land mass works, land count is so important.
Yeah.
If you're gonna go more than 3 colors, because you talk about probability, and what I didn't factor in is that most of my green stuff I would play on turn 4.
Yeah.
Whereas most of my blue stuff was turn 2.
I thought we looked at that, and that wasn't the case.
Was I wrong? We did look at that. A lot of black was early.
Yeah.
And then a lot of the blue.
Maybe that's what I'm
a lot of the blue stuff that was cheap.
Yeah.
We were like, you're not going to play it on turn because that's reactionary.
Sure.
Which is true. Which is definitely
that
true
is definitely
most of the
consideration,
time.
But you still need to be
when
able
I needed
to play it.
Exactly. That's the thing. That's the thing. Is that game 1 I was holding 3 blue spells without an island. So
and the other thought process too is that you had 3 or 4 creatures that produced color mana.
Right.
And so I think we allotted 4 islands, and then you might have had some other fixing land. I can't remember.
No, I had all basic lands.
Was it all basic?
There were 3.
And then just the 3 creatures.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But yeah, regardless, it did not work out, unfortunately. But
that's fine. So then what I did make was Rakdos, of course.
Yep.
What was going into pre-release my favorite deck archetype. I just didn't have all of the things to really make it click, but it's black-red sack stuff.
Yeah.
And I had enough to make it really fun.
Sure.
And I came out of it with a favorite card from pre-release.
Which is?
Your boy Tybalt, the meme master.
I just want to point out, this is coming from the person who, when we got to Grand Slam, said if I open a Tybalt, I quit.
That's true.
You hated it.
Because Tybalt stunk. But
Tybalt does suck in general, but in limited, you've turned awesome. The corner. You think he's
awesome?
Now?
Yeah. Especially with the sacking outlets. There are a number of cards that reward you for sacking creatures.
Yeah.
And Tybalt's guys ping stuff.
Yep.
Which is dope. I wish I'd opened more of them.
Yeah.
Tybalts, that is.
That's fair.
Because each Tybalt comes with 2 tokens.
Yeah.
Essentially. Right. Yeah. And players can't gain life. And my final game was against Green-White. And so that frustrated him a bit.
I love it.
Just a bit.
I love it.
Yeah. So he can't. It was like we were playing, and he's like, and I play this. Creature resolves. I gain 3 life. I'm like, but no.
But no, you don't.
I have Tybalt. Yeah, it was a good time.
Did you end up winning against that?
Yeah. That was my last win. So, it was a good time.
I will say too, it was okay. Lately, we've been both we've acknowledged that we do not play enough Magic.
Amen.
And so we're taking strides to alleviate that problem. And this was one of the big ones, was to go to this pre-release. I had never been to a pre-release before.
You still haven't. It doesn't count.
I have been. I have not played.
It doesn't count. You haven't been to a pre-release.
Whatever.
You haven't had the experience.
I had the experience of being in the room with all of those awesome people. It was a lot of fun.
That's like saying I went to see Hamilton, but I only went for intermission.
Oh, good. No. That
yes,
does
absolutely.
Not count.
You didn't play any Magic. That doesn't count.
Regardless, I was trying to be positive, and you're over here I was just trying to say it was a good time.
It was a very good time.
We had a really good. So Parks was there.
We had a good squad. We had like
6 people.
Yeah.
In our little group. And it was awesome. It was cool to see a bunch of those people again, because we played with them a couple of times.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute
stuff.
Since we've all sat down with cards. So.
We need to cube again. Anyway, it was a lot of fun. Really, really fun to see all those guys. I will be playing in the next one. I have decided. I only didn't play because I was doing video and photo stuff.
Yeah, we did get some fun footage of pre-release night.
Yeah. But so that was the only reason I didn't. Otherwise, I definitely would have. But I do recommend, if you are interested in pre-releasing in the future and you're in this area, Grand Slam's a great place to go.
Grand Slam is awesome.
This was only their second pre-release.
I know. A huge
They went
turnout.
from 8 people on the first one to 32 at the start of the tournament.
Yeah.
And I know that they picked up 3 or 4 just even while I was there at the very beginning. And then throughout the first couple hours, I think a couple more came in. So it was awesome.
Good times.
A lot of fun.
Good times.
Very much suggest hitting up Grand Slam if you're interested in the future. But
they're starting to sell products.
Yes.
They opened so many boxes of War of the Spark.
I also just want to mention really quick, we talked about some of the decks that we're seeing lately and some of the archetypes. We won't take too long on this. I've been playing Arena a good bit lately. Yeah. Some of that has gone up onto the channel. Again, as part of this idea of we need to play more Magic, I would give it a shot. So I will say it's been a lot of fun. There have been a lot of interesting archetypes that I've seen.
Sure.
Most of them are the standard archetypes that we have seen before, with maybe a few new cards thrown in for more of the Spark, which is totally fine. And it actually seems to have really boosted some of those strategies. Great. Love to see that.
Yeah.
We did see a couple decks that I just wanted to mention really quick. There is a blue-white sort of Planeswalker Super Friends control.
Yeah. Is this like your pet project, would you say?
It kind of is. So I actually released a video of this on Monday. Yes. Monday, which is not the day we're recording this.
No, it's not.
But I did a quick video on it, just kind of highlighting the deck. I'm pretty sure I lost all 3 games. It was bad. I was up against creature decks, and I
Which
did
is
not
like the majority of decks.
Yeah, but like it was, the deck is not well set up in its infancy to deal with a lot of creatures. It does have Cleansing Nova as a sweeper.
Yeah.
Because it's a little bit more flexible, but it only runs it as like a 1 or 2 of, because it draws so many cards. It's usually easy to get to it, but I didn't get to it, except for one game, which did not go into the recording because I got a call in the middle of the game from my brother. Anyway, long story short. But anyway, so it is a really, really fun deck, though. It runs a lot of the new Planeswalkers, Dovin, Narset, Kazmina. It does run Old Teferi, Big Teferi.
Yeah.
I have an idea of throwing in a couple other Planeswalkers like Ashiok and Kaya, just for another win condition kind of thing. Just ideas, so we're going to play around with those. You'll probably see them up on the channel at some point. But it's all just for fun. I also saw a Simic. It was technically Bug, I guess, because they did run black, but it was very much an old school like Birthing Pod style deck, because we have Neoform or whatever it is,
Neoform,
and then the legendary creature that
lady.
does it. That lady, that 2/4 for like 4.
Right.
But she does the same. She has the same ability, and so it ran things like Ravenous Chupacabra is like a value engine up into the new like 5-drop Simic card that just has like a ton of extra text on it. It proliferates when it dies and when it comes into the battlefield.
Oh yeah,
it's flying. Like it's just got all kinds of crazy things. Much value on one card. It also runs some early game stuff that is from War of the Spark, which is pretty cool. The 0/3 that lets you throw a land out and stuff.
Sure.
But it was a really cool deck. It was fun to see after so long a Birthing Pod style deck, because it's definitely worse obviously than Birthing Pod, but it was still the same idea.
Well, right, but Birthing Pod was the engine that got to the win.
Yeah.
And the win was a stupid unlimited combo.
Yeah.
Thank you.
This is just value Birthing Pod, essentially. It's just trying to get good creatures out easily.
It's a little more fair, I think.
It is a little more fair. But that Ashiok would shut down that deck, just saying.
True.
But anyway, it is a really cool deck. Really, really loved that one. I'm trying to think what other ones were there. Did we talk about another one just before we recorded? I feel like we did,
Esper?
and I can't remember it. Esper. I want to build the Esper version of the prison like Planeswalker deck.
Sure.
I also wanted to do a blue-black like hand destruction deck. Because I feel like there's enough pieces there that might make that good.
We get some stuff from Allegiance that's pretty interesting.
There's I mean, we have access to Duress. We have access to the other 1-mana hand destruction spell that hits like creatures or artifacts.
I was gonna say that one's like
Divest or something.
Yeah, that's it.
2-mana Thought Erasure.
Right.
Which is really, really good.
Notion
and then,
Rain makes you discard too? Or?
I think so. And then on turn 3, you've got the new Planeswalker that punishes for only having 1 or less cards in hand, and also discards a card. So it's like there's a lot of stuff there for that. I've got a preliminary list that I don't have all the cards for, kind of staged out on Arena. So again, as we get further into Arena territory, we'll move into that and hopefully see that deck played. But all just really cool options. There's a lot of stuff that's opening up with these new, in particular, these new Planeswalkers, I think.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. Originally, I was really like not stoked about like uncommon planeswalkers and stuff.
Sure.
And I'm kind of not leaning back 100% the other way, but like kind of getting it now where it's like they're pretty good.
Well,
some of them.
What I'll say is that I don't think you can build a deck around all uncommon planeswalkers.
No.
And have it be competitively viable at this point.
Yeah.
I think you can add them to a few things and make it pretty good.
Yeah. For sure.
Like your oh dang, I forgot her name now. The new Narset and that other
Casmina.
one. Yep.
Yeah.
I think they make other decks pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that the Planeswalker deck will continue to struggle because it lacks a. Although, you know what?
What?
Picture this: America Walkers, America Super Friends.
Okay.
You lock the game out early. Your win con is Sarkon, who as his minus...
Now that might be something.
His -3 or -4, I forget, turns all your planeswalkers into 4/4 dragons.
That's not a bad idea. So my initial thought was not to run red, but to play Saheeli, because she's hybrid.
Right.
And so she would throw out, for every planeswalker you throw out, she also spits out a 1/1.
Why not?
And so it'd be slow, but it would be the same idea.
Porque no los dos.
I thought that it was taking up... Because so many slots in that deck are planeswalkers already.
Yeah,
it's really difficult to just like start squeezing in more. But if you like take away maybe some of the lesser important ones, you know what I mean? Maybe even up the numbers a little bit. That might be a better way to do it. Well, Sarkon's good though. I like that one.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't think you need to run a ton of Sarkon.
No,
like maybe 2. That's it.
And then you could run enough burn to deal with a bunch of the like low ground creatures, things like that too.
Right.
That's not a bad idea.
I know.
I like it.
I know.
We might do that.
Hey, Sarkon won me one of my games.
That's right. You had Sarkon. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That was cool. I like Sarkon a lot.
He was solid. He was really good.
Is he a 6-drop or a 5-drop?
He's 5.
Okay.
It's a 5-drop, which is just...
Yeah. Crispy.
Yeah, dude. Delicious. I turned little Tybalt.
Yep.
Little Obnixilis.
Obnixilis is a limited all-star right now.
Oh,
he's
God.
Awesome.
Oh, he was delicious.
So good.
He was super. A guy, I played Obnixilis, pinged a dude, and a guy played Bontu.
Oh. Didn't realize.
Went to like 2. And then I was like,
destroy your creature. Draw 2.
Destroy Bontu. He's like, yeah, you do.
That sucks.
It was dope.
That's awesome. Anyway, regardless, War of the Spark, really, really fun so far.
Heck of a good limited. Anyone who slept on this limited as a limited set is just a fool.
I've been practice drafting a lot. I haven't drafted yet on Arena, and I'm really excited to. I just have basically been doing constructed stuff, but like I think I'm gonna start jumping into drafts a little bit. God, it's so fun.
It's this set is very, very clean.
It is clean.
I was worried about all the planeswalkers, but the fact that they're printed at uncommon and the fact that the archetypes don't feel like too forced, like there's not a clear favorite in my mind.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
I said at the beginning, I think blue-black is still pretty dominant in this set in particular. That being said, I don't feel like every archetype has a fighting chance, and all the walkers just add pretty good value to their colors.
Well, and what I like too is that with this set, there's technically, as far as Wizards is concerned, they've released 3 mechanics in this set. So there's Proliferate, there's Amass, and then the Planeswalker thing by itself, they're considering a mechanic. So those are kind of the 3 mechanics of this set. And Amass feels like the most forced into a particular color, just with the blue-black stuff.
Yeah.
But like you kind of get all of these mechanics in different ways in different colors. And so it's like they really let the focus be on the planeswalkers in my mind.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like Amass is definitely good and definitely important. It's a great way to threaten planeswalkers, which I think is good for balance.
Yeah.
But they really let the highlight be the planeswalkers. And I like that. I think that's awesome. And that's the goal of the set.
That's another thing I would say. The planeswalkers all feel pretty balanced.
Yeah.
Even though you have like some game changers like Obnixilis.
Sure.
Like
definitely.
Sarkon.
Yeah.
You don't get as many activations. as you would like through a constructed game.
Yeah.
I'll say that all their minus abilities are so rewarding to play, and obviously all the uncommons are only minus abilities.
Yeah, of course.
But all of them are so rewarding to play, even on the rares, that it just makes sense to do it.
Yeah.
And you don't feel bad about now Teferi's at 1, and that's it. It's fine.
It's
like,
okay.
He did his thing.
It doesn't matter. You get the value out of it regardless.
Angrath is another good example. Like all he does is spit out tokens.
Yeah.
Amass 2 each time. It's dope.
It's awesome.
Yeah. Good stuff.
If you have not yet played with War of the Spark, obviously it's coming out officially at the end of this week.
Yeah.
Get as much as you can and have fun with it. It's going to be awesome.
Play limited, guys.
Definitely play limited. I really want to draft this set.
Do it.
That's my goal.
Don't be a coward. Do it.
We do come to our last segment now, which is our Crackerback series, and finally, we get to open War of the Spark. Before we do that, though, we did finish up our Allegiance Shockland thing. I ended up getting more, so you had to do something charitable, and you did.
I did. So, Magic is a community effort.
Oh, is it?
For better or worse. And I just gave all my cards away. It's whatever. There was a little girl who was just getting into Magic, whose mom put something on Facebook, and my wife ended up forwarding it to me or tagging me, whatever you kids are calling it these days, hashtagging my MySpace.
Wow.
And I was like, yeah, and my wife was like, how much do you want to give her? So yeah, she can have all of it. I don't use these.
I love it.
Right now. She can have all of it. It's fine.
Yeah.
So, and then the mom like recorded this girl opening the stuff. Mm-hmm. It was dope. She got so pumped.
That's so cool.
She saw just like some really crappy cards and was just super excited about it. What's really interesting is she didn't know like she didn't know a lot about the game yet, right?
Yeah.
So she picked up, she'd never seen a gold card before. So she picks it up and she goes, this one's blue and it's red. That means I need both of them to use it. Oh. And I was like, you're right, you do. God. It was really cool.
That's so cute.
I
love it.
It was
How
awesome.
old is this little girl?
I think she's 7.
Oh, that's adorable.
Yeah.
Good for her for wanting to get into Magic. I love that.
Totally on her own, too. I don't know.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Well, Will, it's awesome that you did that.
It's fun.
You're enabling, hopefully, a new community member, and that's
right.
fantastic.
That's right.
So way to be there.
May she never be rich monetarily, but may she draw well.
May she draw well. So, well done. You held up your end of the bargain. We do have gold cards, I assume.
Oh, do we? Yeah, we do.
I haven't really... Nah.
Is it just a race to Nicol Bolas? Is that
what we need to do, is just a race to Nicol Bolas? I kind of like that.
Probably.
Let's do that.
Deal.
I did not get Nicol Bolas.
Me either.
Got Ravnica at War. Sorcery, 4 mana, exile, all multicolored permanents. I don't really like that card that much.
I got Vivian's Arcbow. I like it in Commander.
In Commander, but in Draft.
Vivian's Arcbow is pay X, tap, discard a card, look at the top X cards of your library. You may put a creature card of cost X or less on the battlefield, but the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. It's fine. I think it'll probably get played in limited, honestly.
Do you think so?
Not limited, constructed.
Oh yeah, I think there's constructed shells with it for sure. That could be played in that Simic deck a little bit.
Maybe.
Which might be interesting. I would not pick Ravnica at War for my limited for sure.
No.
I'm trying to think what I would pick. I like the Merfolk Skydiver.
Okay.
It's just a really solid 2-drop that throws a counter on something, but also gives you a proliferate engine.
Yeah.
And it's a flyer by itself, so even if you have no other creatures, you can just put the counter on this, and it's a 2/2 flyer for 2 with upside. I do have some good choices for removal. I've got Chandra's Pyro Helix, Wanderer's Strike, Heartfire, and Liliana's Triumph. Though Liliana's Triumph I'm less stoked about unless I have Liliana.
Sure.
So I honestly might just go for the Skydiver. It's the most proactive card I have for sure.
Sure. So I have 2, I think, really solid picks. Obnixilus's Cruelty is very good removal. It's a -5/- target creature gets -5/- until end of turn. If that creature would die, exile it instead. It is a 3 mana instant.
It's like the poor man's Dismember, right?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I mean, theoretically.
Definitely. Except it exiles, so.
There you go.
It's better?
No. You can play Dismember for 1. So.
Right. But it's very good.
Yeah, very.
Then, as a creature, though, Aven Eternal is just an exceptional pick if you're in blue. This card is a 2/2 for 3, 1 blue, 2 colorless with flying. As it enters the battlefield, amass 1.
Oh, classic 2 for 1 right off the bat.
It's a 2/2 flyer that makes you a dude.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's
such value.
This guy...
Is that a common?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good common. I just want to point out.
These are all common. Sorin's Thirst deals 2 damage. Start creature, you gain 2 life. That'll kill a lot of your amass tokens.
Yep.
The Cruelty and the Eternal are all commons.
Yep.
I also had Mayhem Devil, which, trust me, Mayhem Devil is awesome.
Oh, yeah.
If I didn't open Premier Removal, I would probably pick Mayhem Devil. But the Cruelty, I think, is...
very, very good.
Yeah.
No, I agree. What was your Planeswalker? Was it Huatli?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the Wanderer. Both of those Planeswalkers, not the best in Limited. The Wanderer might be a little better than Huatli, I guess, but I don't really like either.
Yeah, I don't know.
Just because it exiles something at least. But, like, it's target creature with power 4 or greater.
Sure.
Eh.
It's tough. It deals with your gods for a little bit, but...
It gets around burn. Prevent all non-combat damage that would be dealt to you or other permanents, which is nice, but you're not always going to be up against burn, so I don't really like that.
True.
Yeah, definitely the Skydiver for me. Regardless, I'm very excited to be opening War of the Spark. I guess our race is now to Nicol Bolas, so may the best man win. I guess we got to figure out what we're going to do if one of us loses. Well, when one of us loses. What if we open at the same time? That won't happen.
Statistically unlikely, but possible.
It could. It could. Regardless, we'll figure something out. Yep. But guys, enjoy War of the Spark. It's a fantastic set. Truly is.
This has been my favorite for a long time.
Yeah, I agree with that. If you do have any awesome pre-release stories, please share them below. We would absolutely love to hear them. I know we've already had a few people comment telling us about their pre-release, like their decks, things like that. It's actually been really cool to read. Some of them are interesting. Very interesting.
Oh, yeah.
But feel free to comment below. We'd love to read it and talk to you about your pre-release. But with that, I think we're going to get out of here. There's nothing else you want to mention?
No.
All right. My name's Kevin.
My name's Will.
Bye. This has been It Resolves.